Welcome to the Flips Nation channel. This will be a 10-minute, 5-part Amazon FBA course video. My name is Rob, and I do $20K a month on Amazon in sales. I encourage you to join the free Flips Nation Amazon FBA Discord group with free information and community. That link is below if you're interested, as well as my Instagram and Twitter. I'll quickly go over every Amazon FBA business model, which ones I do in my progress, which business model I recommend beginners to do, how I exactly find products that are profitable, as well as which software I use and Chrome extensions. And finally, I'll finish it off with how to continue to grow as a new seller. If this information was of value to you, please do like and subscribe. It helps me and also helps other sellers who are looking to get this kind of information. Part 1, the Amazon FBA business models. First one is private label. This is when you have a product mass produced overseas. Many use Chinese suppliers from Alibaba, and you put your branding on it. Then you send all the units to Amazon FBA's warehouse so that you're able to have Amazon fulfill your customers' orders on your behalf. You create your own Amazon listing and spend your own ad money. Next up is arbitrage, online or retail arbitrage. In this model, you do not own the brand. However, you're selling a product on the brand's listing on Amazon. The brand is already well known like Nike's or Adidas, but you buy these items on the retail sites like Nike, Adidas, Walmart, Walgreens, Target, and sell it on Amazon with a markup for a profit. The last model is wholesale. This is when you strike a deal with the brand directly or a distributor to be an authorized reseller for that brand for an X amount of bulk units for the agreed unit price, where then you can now sell that unit onto Amazon. Part 2, which business models that I do on Amazon. I do both private label and online arbitrage. So I started with Amazon private label, and right here is one of my products. I launched this one last summer, and I launched a second one this year. So this listing, I made everything, right? So my pictures, my copyright, my A+ content, my title, my bullet, my ads, everything. And no one else can sell this product. If someone did try to, I would contact brand registry and have them kicked off. And I'm brand registered because this brand is patented with the USPTO and the registration is through, and now I can be brand registered with Amazon to let them know that I am the authorized seller of this brand. And I also do online arbitrage. So like this particular listing, I sell on the Nike brand, and I normally buy this item or any kind of items from Nike, Adidas, whatever, on other sites for a lower price and sell that for a higher price on Amazon for a profit. Part 3, which business model do I recommend for beginners? No matter how much money you have, I think you should always start off with arbitrage first so you learn Amazon's fulfillment process before moving on to something like private label or wholesale. Online or retail arbitrage is a model you can grow even with low capital. If you have less than $500, you can make high returns on used books, flipping from eBay or locally onto Amazon, and let that money compound so it can grow exponentially so you can move on to other items. Once you have more capital, then you can start moving towards listing that do volume, albeit less ROI. Amazon's sales velocity is so high that you'd rather sell something with a 20 to 30% ROI within 30 days as opposed to a 50% ROI that takes 60 days or 90 days to sell. And once you build capital and understanding, then perhaps you can move on to these other models like private label or wholesale, whichever one you choose, after you have just a better understanding of how Amazon process and its interface, dashboard, support, everything like that works. And I do want to add, if you are interested in more information regarding private label and online arbitrage, my Instagram is filled with free information, short consumable reels for your benefit. And if you do need help starting to make your first listing, I do have a video where I walk through step by step over my screen how to make your first listing on Amazon, all the way down to making a shipment label to send it out to Amazon FBA warehouse. Part 4, how I find profitable products to sell on Amazon. People pay on Amazon a premium price due to the trust in the Amazon brand, the fast shipping, and frankly, they may just be unaware that there is a price cheaper. As Amazon is such a dominant online e-commerce space in today's age, it's the first and last place most people go to buy something online. For analysis, I use two main Chrome extensions to analyze if a product is a good buy. Those two being SellerAmp and Keepa. They give me sales history information, the other sellers and competition, price volatility, and much more information that is extremely crucial to use when you're analyzing something if it's a good buy to sell on Amazon. I have a full Keepa and SellerAmp guide. I will link that in the description if you're interested. Okay, let's say I find an item, right? I find an item, and for the actual purchase, from experience, I know many sites that give you intro email coupons like 10% off for a new account. There are a lot of other sites that just have coupons that have just been sitting there, just been used up. And I've gotten all this information from just doing the reps, reverse sourcing, looking at all these different listings and different sites and seeing what works and finding these coupons and knowing that, oh, I can sign up here and I can sign up with multiple accounts to keep using these coupons every single time. In addition to that, I'm now more aware of the different sales cycles that certain sites have. Like for instance, there might be a site that has a 20% off at the beginning of the week of every month, and they shut that off after that week. So me knowing this, I would go in there and buy most of these items at that 20% off. And in addition to that, I also use cashback programs like Rakuten and Top Cashback. Those are two extremely good cashback companies that will give you cashback on all your purchases, which will then increase my return on my investment. I'll drop a link to Rakuten in my description below if you're interested. It's definitely a must-have if you're buying anything online for both business and personal use, just to get more money back from your purchases for absolutely doing nothing, right? You're just buying. In addition to that, I also have business credit cards that I use. My Capital One Spark, my American Express Blue, my Chase Ink. Those all give me about 1.5 to 2% cash back. So I get cash back from Rakuten, I get cash back from my credit cards, and I get most of these coupons that I use that I found from experience that give me the ultimate low price that is increase my profit margin on all my purchases. And finally, also as a new seller, you need to get ungated to be authorized to sell on Amazon for big brands like Nike and Legos. You should try to get ungated in those items ASAP, and I do have a full guide available if you're interested in doing so, all the way from getting the purchase, getting the invoice, submitting it to Amazon, and how to do so. Part 5, how to continue to grow on Amazon. The key is to find replenishables, which means you want to find items that you can consistently buy every month. You send it to Amazon, all the units get purchased, then you buy again from wherever you're sourcing this item and send it back to Amazon, hence replenishing the item onto Amazon. What I do is I log each item on a master spreadsheet that I have, and it's identified by the product's ASIN, which is the identifier on Amazon. And I put the reference link where I found that item so I can continue to purchase it over and over again if it was a good buy. The key is to keep adding to this replen list for consistency, as well as adding big sale items for higher profit items, all the while you manage your cash flow. The key is to keep adding these replenishable items for consistent purchases and sales, in addition to adding big sale items like for Christmas, Black Friday, back to school, just big holiday sales events that retail stores might have. You want to obviously capitalize on those. Those will have high return, but mixing those in with these replenishable items that you're buying every single month that are always a profit to sell on Amazon. All the while you are managing your cash flow. So speaking of cash flow, you want to leverage your capital. If you can responsibly do it with credit cards, go ahead. You want to get your sale as soon as it gets to Amazon. Get that payout from Amazon, let your profit compound, and repeat. And that's why I say it's better to get an item that has a higher sales velocity but lower ROI versus a higher ROI but lower sales velocity, because it improves your cash flow. You want to get that money back as soon as possible so you can buy it again. And that's the beauty of Amazon. There's so many items there that just fly off once they're checked in. If you're low on cash, use high ROI items like used books. But if you have decent capital starting off, start by buying higher sales velocity items to improve your cash flow to grow your money. Remember, this is an inventory and cash flow game. Focus on selling quickly with Amazon's traffic to get your money back. Money compounds, and buy again, rinse and repeat. So when you start getting to that 10,000 to 20,000 per month revenue on Amazon, this is where you want to start looking at a prep center, because chances are you're doing more prepping than you are sourcing. And to really scale your business, you want to have employees to prep and send it to Amazon FBA warehouse on your behalf. But more importantly, you want a prep center in a tax-free state, so you end up actually saving money and increasing your time at the same time. Let me explain. So let's say you're buying a shoe for $100. With my tax rate, if I ship it to my house, it ends up being an extra $8, roughly. So I'm paying a total of $108 for a shoe that I'm going to eventually send to Amazon to sell. However, I have a prep center in a tax-free state, and I send that $100 shoe to them. I pay no taxes, so my total is going to be $100. They charge $1.75 to prep my item and send it to Amazon. So my total now is only $100 plus the $175 versus that $108 that I was paying. So as a result, I'm saving money because I'm sending to a tax-free state. I'm also saving time because now I don't have to worry about prepping. I'm more worrying about sourcing, managing my business, working in my business, right? And finally, now I can start sending more volume because I know when I'm shipping it out, there's other people that are handling the prep, thus allowing me to truly scale my business. Remember to also network with other sellers, make an Instagram or Twitter, and document your journey so you can be surrounded with other sellers. It's much more fun when you're doing it with other people, I guarantee you. Shoot me a DM whenever you want on my Instagram. So if you want more detailed help, I encourage you to join the Flips Nation Amazon FBA Discord group. That link is in the description below. The group is full of free Amazon FBA content, community, and other Amazon sellers to network with, leads, and much more. I've linked all my other videos that go more in depth with other things like making just inventory shipping claims, ungate videos, how to read a keep a chart, and much more. And my Instagram has much more real short clips of just tidbit informations that might help you along the way. See you all there, and if this video was of value to you, please do help me out and subscribe and like the video, and I hope to see you in the group.